Unit 3 ICT Skills 2 Introduction. ICT, an acronym for Information and Communication Technology, encompasses various techniques, tools, and principles associated with the storage, recording, and transmission of digital information. Information can be captured and stored through various means, such as handwritten notes on paper or typed using a typewriter. However, when information is documented and preserved on electronic devices, it assumes a digital format. Examples of ICT devices include tablets, smartphones, and laptops. All these ICT devices consist of hardware and software. As you know that all the physical parts of the ICT devices are considered as hardware. We can see and touch these physical parts. Some of the hardware components of ICT devices are motherboard, CPU, keyboard, mouse, printer, etc. Similar to computer, other devices like smartphones and tablets also consists of hardware and software. Software, on the other hand, is another crucial component of ICT devices. For example, when we start a computer, the main screen appears, which is possible due to software. Software is a set of computer programs. A computer program is a set of statements which tells how and when to perform a task. Operating system. Operating system, OS, is one of the important software through which we can interact with the computer. It works as an interface between computer hardware and the user of the computer. It starts working as soon as switch on the computer. Without an operating system, a computer or a smartphone will not work well. Some of the most commonly used operating systems for laptops and desktop are Ubuntu, Microsoft Windows, and Mac OS. Some of these mobile operating systems are Apple iOS and Google Android. Classes of operating systems. Operating systems can be broadly categorized into several classes based on their characteristics, functionalities, and intended use. Here are some common classes of operating systems. Single user, single tasking OS. This type of operating systems supports only one user use them at a time. User can execute only one task at a time on these operating systems. Examples of single user, single tasking OS are MS-DOS, Commander 64 kernel, TRS-DOS, Palm OS, etc. Single user, multitasking OS. They also support only one user at a time, but the user can perform multiple tasks on them. Unlike single-tasking operating systems, multitasking systems provide a more flexible and efficient environment for users to work on several applications simultaneously. Examples of single-user, multitasking OS are Microsoft Windows, desktop editions, Mac OS, Linux desktop distributions, etc. Multi-user OS. These operating systems allow multiple users to access and use a computer system simultaneously. These operating systems provide a platform where multiple users can interact with the system, run applications, and share resources concurrently. Examples of multi-user OS are Linux, Microsoft Windows Server, IBM Z OS, Novell NetWare, etc. Real-time operating systems, RTOS. They are used in real-time applications and respond very quickly. RTOS is crucial in applications where timing accuracy is critical, and failure to meet deadlines can lead to severe consequences. Examples of RTOS are VxWorks, QNX, RTOS32, Integrity, UC/OS2, etc. Distributed OS. It is an operating system that runs on multiple machines and allows them to work together as a single, integrated system. Examples of distributed OS are Google's Chrome OS, Amoeba, Plan 9 from Bell Labs, distributed versions of Unix, example AIX, Solaris, etc. Working with computer. To work with the computer, we need to first switch it on. Press the main power button and then power button of the central processing unit CPU box to start a computer. When the power button of the CPU box is pressed, the computer starts booting. Booting is the process by which a computer system is initialized and the operating system is loaded into the computer's memory, allowing the system to become operational. Before loading the operating system into memory, the computer searches for the basic input or output system BIOS program, which is stored in read-only memory ROM of the computer. Initially, the BIOS does a self-test. The BIOS will load the operating system if the self-test indicates that all is well with the system. This indicates that human input can now be entered into the computer's operating system, such as Windows 10. Windows 10 operating system is developed and launched by Microsoft. It was first released on July 29, 2015 and has seen several updates since then. It is the successor of Windows 8.1. The earlier versions of Windows operating system are Windows 7, Windows Vista, Windows XP and Windows 2000. The latest version of Windows operating system is Windows 11. Once the booting process is completed, a login screen appears. Enter the username and password if applied. The first screen of the computer appears, which is called the desktop. Desktop has a taskbar at the bottom and icons. Icons. An icon is a small pictorial representation of symbol that visually represents a file, program, folder. When we click on any icon, the related file opens. Icons are commonly used in graphical user interfaces, GUIs, to provide a quick and recognizable way for users to interact with and identify various elements on the computer screen. Taskbar. A taskbar is a long horizontal strip present at the bottom of the desktop. It has the following components. Start button. It opens the Start menu. The Start menu is a user interface element that provides access to various features and applications on your computer. The Start menu consists of two main sections. Left pane. This pane contains a list of frequently used or recently added applications as well as quick access to File Explorer, settings and the power icons. Right pane. This pane includes a series of live tiles, dynamic icons that can display real-time information from apps. It also has a list of installed applications, a link to the Microsoft Store and a search bar. Search bar. It allows you to quickly search for files, applications, settings, and other content on your computer. Task view. It allows us to create multiple desktops. Date and time. It displays the current date and time. When we click on it, a calendar appears which allows us to change date and time. Notification area. It shows the important notifications about what is going on the computer. Show desktop button. It shows the desktop by minimizing all the current opened windows. File. A file is like container in computer to store data, information, settings or commands. It can be a document, image, video or any other type of data that can be stored digitally. Each file has a unique name and is stored in a specific location on a computer. Key characteristics of file include file name. A file is usually identified by a name. File names are typically given by the user or the system. File extension. The file extension is a part of the file name that indicates the type of file and helps the operating system understand how to handle it. For example, a file with the extension docs is Microsoft Word document. File size. Files have a size measured in bytes, kilobytes, megabytes, etc., depending on the amount of data they contain. File operations. We can perform various operations on a file like creating, renaming, and deleting. Let us learn about all these operations one by one. Creating a file. To store any data, we need to create a file first. Follow the steps given below to create a file. 1. Right-click on the desktop. A context menu appears. 2. Click on the New option. 3. Select the type of file that is to be created. In our case, we have selected Text Document option as we are creating a text file. A new text document with the name New Text Document is created. 4. Type the name for the file and press the Enter key. In our case, we have entered details. The file appears with the new name. Renaming a file. Sometimes we may need to change the file name. Windows provides easy method to rename a file. Follow the steps given below to rename a file. 1. Right-click on the file. A context menu appears. 2. Select the Rename option. The file name appears editable. 3. Type the new name. 4. Press the Enter key or click Outside area. The file will be renamed. Entering data into file. Every file is associated with particular software in which it opened. Follow the steps given below to enter data into text file. 1. Double-click on the file. The file is opened into Notepad window as text documents associated with Notepad by default. The Notepad is a text editor that comes with Windows 10. 2. Type the desired text. 3. Press the Ctrl+S keys to save the data. Deleting a file. If we feel that any particular file is not needed further, then we can delete it. Before deleting a file, ensure that the file is not needed in the future. Follow the steps given below to delete a file. 1. Right-click on the file to be deleted. A context menu appears. 2. Select the Delete option. The file will be removed from its position and will reach the recycle bin. Recycle bin is the container where all the deleted files are present. Restoring a file. We can also restore a deleted file from the recycle bin to its original location. Follow the steps given below to restore a deleted file. 1. Double-click on the recycle bin icon on the desktop. The recycle bin window appears. 2. Right-click on the file to be restored. 3. Select the Restore option. The file will be restored to its original location. Permanently deleting a file. We can also delete the file permanently from the computer by removing it from the recycle bin. Follow the steps given below to delete a file permanently. 1. Double-click on the recycle bin icon on the desktop. The recycle bin window appears. 2. Right-click on the file to be deleted permanently. 3. Select the Delete option. Folder. Folder act as containers for files and subfolders. A subfolder is a folder inside another folder. Folders help to group related files and folders at one place. Creating a folder. Follow the given steps to create a folder. 1. Right-click in an empty area on the desktop. 2. Hover the mouse pointer over the New option. 3. Select the Folder option. A new folder is created. 4. Type the name of the folder. 5. Press the Enter key. Similar to a file, we can rename a folder and delete it. We can also restore it from the recycle bin in similar way. Moving a file or folder. Moving a file or folder means to shift it another place. For example, there is a folder named Games in the Documents folder and that folder has to be moved to a new location, say d:/Games details. Follow the steps given below to do so. 1. Right-click on the file or folder that has to be moved. A context menu appears. 2. Select the Cut option. 3. Right-click in the new location D:/Games Details. 4. Select the Paste option from the context menu. The file or folder is moved. Copying a folder or file. To copy a file or folder, follow the given steps. 1. Right-click on the file or folder that has to be moved. 2. Select the copy option. 3. Right-click in the desired location. 4. Select the paste option from the context menu. Directory structure. Directory structures, also known as file system structures or file organization structures, refer to the way files and folders are organized on a storage device such as a hard drive. The structure helps users and the operating system efficiently navigate and manage files. Following is a sample directory structure of the Documents folder.